With a new series brings cheaper prices at the MUT Reserve. So if you guys looking to get yourself some coins, some training, some players, or even have your account leveled up from 1 to 70, check out the MUT Reserve and use code Texas at checkout for 15% off. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Texas, and Series 3 is live right now. You can go ahead and grind your way to level 70 in the process, get yourself some pretty cool rewards. 500,000 coins in total for just that 10 level grind. It's gonna take you like 10 hours because they made the solo challenge give less XP, but still worth the grind. You also get the power passes. You can upgrade your Andre Johnson. You can upgrade your Sam Mills. You got better pack odds. A lot of cars in the market got cheaper. Reduxes are in the game right now. So if you guys want Darren Waller on your Madden Ultimate Team, he's much cheaper than buying his limited time. Like, it's a good day for those that had coins. It's a good day for those that ain't got coins. You can make coins. I think everybody wins when we get a series update over here in Madden. So today we'll be discussing the team builder cards that we got into the game. And just like last series, they really didn't do a great job of kind of putting these cards out or making them kind of desirable, because what I would say with the 88s that we got today, a lot of these cards are just specifically and only going to be used for theme teams. So for me, for example, that Taylor Mona came out at right tackle, 88 overall. He's not great at anything, but I've been complaining about not having a right tackle on my Panthers theme team for a while, to the point where I played a bunch of solo challenges to get the Darrell Williams, who's not going to be going to the bench because now I got Taylor Moton out there on the roster, and there are a ton of those cards like that that won't hit a great team and probably won't even hit like a good team, but they'll hit those that are using theme teams. And it's really interesting because when they dropped the cards first at 84 overall, obviously we had different mindset at that point because 90 speed was kind of like amazing. Now they're dropping 80 overalls that aren't much better than the 84s, and it doesn't make a lick of sense to me. So a lot of the 88s that we got today are pretty bad. We got some though that you can add to your team that will hopefully help you be able to win. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my breakdown on which players you guys should pick up. You pretty much already know who they're gonna be just based off probably the thumbnail and based off of looking at the cards yourself. But out of the 32 players that we got, I would probably say there are 2 cards that are worth picking up for all teams. And then after that, there's maybe one more that's worth a damn, but everything else is pretty much theme team specific. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into this video. Let's go ahead and check out the team builders and see which cards you guys need to get out here and pick up. Just like the last team builder, there are 3 ways to go about getting these cards. You can knock out the solo challenges, team affinity. I don't know exactly how many stars you got to get, but it looks like you have to just play all 32. So you don't even got to play these on the hardest difficulty. You can if you want the 80 stars to help you out with the objectives list, but for the most part, I think these rewards are pretty terrible. Like bro, if I grind 500 stars, I probably deserve like a 90 overall. Just saying. You knock out the solo challenge, you get yourself the Nat Fantasy Pack. You can also complete the collection, which takes 5 total cards. It's gonna be an 85 to 86, 83 to 84, 2 of those, and then 2 80 to 82s to get yourself the Fantasy Pack. And then you can go ahead and choose whoever you want out of the pack. Now that we talked about how to go about getting the pack, let's go ahead and check out which players are worth having. All right, so let's go and start with the most important position. That's gonna be the quarterback. We got one to come out today, and that is Baker Mayfield. Don't got a power up, unfortunately, but not a bad item, man. 81 speed with 91 throw power. Throw power can max out at 95, which isn't bad. 83 speed if you got sprinter, obviously. Hits all the throwing thresholds, hit all his passes. He is an improviser quarterback this year, too. But the one thing about this that's terrible, in my opinion, is even if he had the speed, he'd be at an 89 overall, but he wouldn't even be able to get escape artist because it's only a tier 3 ability. So Baker Mayfield will not be good until he gets like a playoff card if the Browns make the playoffs, which I doubt they will based off how the division's shaking out, but he won't be good probably until like 2021. So I don't see the point of using a quarterback like Baker in the game, even if he's free, when you got other quarterbacks that can get better abilities than this card can right now. So unless you're a Browns fan or a fan of short quarterbacks, there's no reason to pick them up. Checking out Jonathan Taylor up next. Don't mind his price, but yeah, we got 91 speed running back. He's an elusive back, by the way, with 85 change direction, 86 agility. So he's very fast. We're going to compare this guy right now to my running backs. And not a bad item, I'm not gonna lie, the speed is killer. I wish he was a little bit more like heavier, like around 240, that'd be ideal. But the speed is crazy right now. Might not be that bad of a running back to use because that change direction, while it's not the highest, is something that I still think can be manageable. So I may check him out when I play some weekend league and see how he feels, see if that actually is a running back that we can kind of get out here and have some fun with. But the reason why I don't think he's worth it is because we have 1,000 running backs in Madden right now. And since there's a bunch of Madden right now, he's not really going to be good enough to replace one of the ones you may already have as starting running back. But for those that don't have one, I can see why you would pick him up. Now, when it comes to the wide receivers, man, there are a ton to choose from. We got DJ Chark, Baby Moss, in my opinion. We got Michael Gallup, Jayon Johnson, as well as Darius Slayton. They're all deep threats, which kind of annoy me. Wish somebody might have been a route runner or a slot. But since these guys are all deep threats, they don't get any good ability anyway, the tier 1 or tier 2 slot, which is unfortunate. But Michael Gallup out here, Cowboys receiver, he's bringing to the table 90 speed with the 87 deep route running, which is easy to get to 90, so we can go out here and beat man coverage down the field. We got DJ Chark, who is 6'4" with 91 speed, only has 85 deep route running, which maxes out at only 89. So that is not great, but still 6'4", 91 speed is still not bad. He's just not going to be able to create separation against man coverage unless he's going against a guy that is like super slow. And even then, it may be close. We also got this Darius Slayton, who we'll check out last, and Jayon Johnson of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who is a great route runner, but again, they did not give him good route running ratings at all. But 91 speed at 5'10". And then last, Darius Slayton, who I think is the best receiver of the bunch, just because he is 92 speed at 6'1" and can also get 90 deep route running. So if you guys throw it deep, this is the guy to choose because he's a little bit taller than the Michael Gallup, and he has the deep route running to get to 90, and he's faster. So Darius Slayton is the best receiver out of the bunch if you're either choosing somebody. It just sucks that this DJ Chark does not have the deep route running, man, because if he had the deep route running, I would rather have DJ Chark with 91 speed over Darius Slayton with the 92 speed, because we all know taller guys in this game typically run faster than shorter guys based off like Gut Fox's testing from like a while ago. So DJ Chark, you know, he'd be 1 speed point slower. At being 6'4", he'd basically be the same speed as Darius Slayton. So, but Darius Slayton out of the bunch is the best receiver. And that is why Darius Slayton is one of the items I recommend picking up, because obviously he's not going for much. He hits the deep route running threshold. And if you guys got sprinter, he's going to be out here with 94 speed with 90 deep route running. Like, that's a really good combination. Be a big old check on Darius Slayton. Let's get to the rest of the cards. Tight end wise, none of these guys get tight end apprentice. None of them get the medium route running at 90. So nobody worth picking up. And then linemen, there's not really anybody here that I think is a must-have, because none of these guys are really lopsided. If one of these guys had like 90 pass blocking or like 90 run blocking, I'd say go with it. But we all know linemen in this game, once you get into like elite, don't really matter that much. Probably not best to pick up a lineman really at all, unless you guys are just trying to get your overall up, and that's really the only reason. Or obviously theme teams too, forgot to mention that. We go on to defensive line. We got Zach Allen of the Cardinals at left end. There are no write-ins, unfortunately, but we got a ton of D tackles. We got Sheldon Rankins, Jerry Tillery, Tyler Lancaster, and Ed Oliver. We got power rusher, run stopper, and what is he? He's a run stopper. Then I think the left field is also a run stopper. Run stopper over power rusher guaranteed, just because you need to be able to get inside stuff for 2 AP if you want to stop the run, but you can get that on an 82 overall defensive tackle. So there really is no point to get out here and spend 40,000+ coins or even do the set to go out here and get a D tackle that's not going to do anything but get pushed back a couple yards. Like, I haven't played the game since the patch, but they didn't really mention anything in the patch notes about making block shedding better. They said they just nerfed stretch. But I don't know if they basically nerf stretch by making offensive linemen block worse, which then may make block shedding better, but they didn't mention specifically block shed. So these guys still have a chance to get pushed back a couple yards if that's the case. So I don't really see the point picking up a D tackle that's just not going to shed as much as a guy with the ability that can be going for much cheaper, obviously. No defensive linemen, and obviously no linebackers, even though Jayon Brown is an absolute stud, right? You got a guy that is 87 speed at 6 foot tall, and having that speed is great. No great change of direction. The thing about it is linebackers in this game suck, and it's just because the safeties in this game come with pre-baked lurker, and they're also better at stopping the run because they shed faster because they have lower impact block. It seems like the higher impact block you have, the more likely you are to actually be affected by it, whereas the lower you have, guy runs into you and you're able to then bounce off and react faster to making a tackle. It's kind of backwards at times, and that's why linebackers this year are not really being used. You guys watch a lot of professional players play, watch a lot of these streamers play, and they usually just out here with defensive backs. Like, I don't know how many times I was getting stuffed in the backfield running the ball against nickel 3-3-5 with a guy using Sean Murphy Bunting, who is a cornerback. at linebacker. He just runs through my guard and doesn't get pushed to the ground. So linebackers are bad. So if they fix linebackers, Jayon Brown would not be terrible because 87 speed, which can get to 89 if you guys are rocking with sprinter ×2. That's not bad speed. Not bad speed at all. And before you guys say, yo, Kex, KJ Wright, 6'4", he'll be able to lurk with, no, he won't unless you get lurker on him, but I think he won't be able to get lurker anyway because he doesn't have the right archetype to get at a low overall, and he only gets 2 ability slots, and I doubt at pass coverage linebacker at tier 2, he can get lurker. So it's weird, man. A guy that's 6'4", the ball thrown directly at him, like him and Isaiah Simmons. Simmons will react, and KJ Wright won't on the same exact throw. This game makes no sense sometimes. Cornerbacks, none of these guys are desirable, man. Pierre Desir, too slow. Jaylon Johnson, you guys will see it. No coverage stats. Can't get to 90 zone, don't get me wrong, but just there's better cornerbacks in the game, obviously. And then that leaves us with the safeties. We got Bobby McCain, we got Tracy Walker, and we got Johnathan Abram. Let's check out Tracy Walker first. Tracy Walker is zone cover safety. He gets 90 speed with 81 hit power, and he gets to max 89 zone coverage, which is not bad. Check out Bobby McCain, and he's out here with 90 speed and 83 zone, can get to 88. Again, not terrible, right? But then you compare this guy to the Johnathan Abram that came out, and man, it's not even a contest. This dude is a stud. 92 speed, 93 hit power, which I don't even know why I'm bringing that up. Why am I bringing up the hit power? Why do I care? Since forcing fumbles is random at times. But the reason why I'm bringing this card up is because of the speed. That 92 speed, that can get to 94. Dog, on a Raiders theme team, that can get to 96. Like, this is going to be a great sub user for your speed package. He's going to stop the run, and he can even play well in space by himself. Obviously, he's not going to be reacting to the pass as fast as like Micah Hyde or Ron Harmon or even the Jason McCourty, but the fact that he has that speed, he can play inside the box and also stop the run just as linebackers and even lurk better than all linebackers. This is a must cop. So like I said, there are only 2 players that are worth having, maybe 3 if you count the Johnathan Taylor, but Johnathan Abram is a instant add to anybody's team. Then on offense, there's the Darius Slayton for those that need some other guys with good speed and good deep route running for a really cheap price. So love both those cards. Let me go to compare this Johnathan Abram right now to my man, Jamal Adams, and you guys will see that, yo, Jamal Adams may not be on the team much longer, man. Jamal Adams is a 91 overall, and I mean, he can't play man coverage, but everything else is pretty much great. And I use Jamal Adams typically because I don't even play him deep no more. So when it comes to usering, I think that I might have found me a new user. Man. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. We'll get some Johnathan Abram gameplay coming up next. It's been your boy Texas, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
They say money came by your happiness, but I swear to God, it's a good down pay. Trying to stuff so many binges in my pocket, you would swear that I was out here trying to drown Franklin. I was bred in the slums, got fed up with crumbs, now you don't play a pound cake. Told me when it was a root of all evil, but I swear to God, I ain't never found safe.